right, fellas and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and so on and so forth. Welcome to Your Seat at the Table. I am Rick, and it is Saturday, midway through December. Christmas is coming. We had our first snow of the season overnight. Didn't amount to a whole lot, but sure got everybody all wigged out a little bit because that's what it does. We are looking at the Fox's Teeth. Exploits of McKinnon's Raiders. It's one of the early production game supplements for BattleTech that was put out. You can tell that by the artwork. It's this kind of stuff that reminiscent of Robotech that kind of into some a lot of legal issues and stuff along the way. So we don't see too much more of that after the next generation book starts coming out. Mercenary company McKinnon's Raiders was nicknamed the Fox's Teeth for their long and successful history in carrying out the policy of Hanse, the House of Davion. Now considered a house unit of the House of Davion, the most powerful of the Successor States, McKinnon's Raiders has a remarkable history of loyalty under the most trying of circumstances. The scenario set details the history of McKinnon's Raiders, profiles the statistic condition of the members in the company, including 14 scenarios, pitting the Raiders against a wide variety of opponents that have fought throughout their colorful past. Right, this was produced in 1986, a year after I graduated high school. And I don't have a tax tag on it, so I can't tell you exactly what it was I paid for it. So, yeah, 1986, all rights reserved. Fox's Teeth, McKinnon's Raiders, McKinnon's Company of Veterans Battalion, 7th Crucius Lancers, the names given, earned by one of Hanse Davion's elite battle mech units, blah, 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 how to use the scenarios, brief family history, personalities, Hanse Davion, Michael House of Davion, the Davion Banner, Traveler's Guide to the Federated Signs, New Avalon, New Citrus, Cassie, Kentrus 4, Mallory's World, the Fox's Teeth, unit name McKinnon's Raiders, Vander's Battalion, 7th Crucius Lancers, brief history, October 2784, Kieran McKinnon, a captain of Star League's regular army, signed a secret document pledging his allegiance to Council Lord John Davion of the Federated Sons, member states. This would be the fall of the Star League, right? So it shows you how far back this unit's history runs. And it goes through the First Succession, Second Succession War, into the Third Succession War. See the 3015, the Raiders were reassigned to the newly reformed 7th Crucius Lancers, stationed along the Drell's March. Next 5 years, the company fought more than a dozen pitched battles, skirmishes, created forces, without a single defeat. Disaster struck the Raiders in 2020, so on and so forth. Right, goes on and goes on, stuff like that. So we have the various officers and mech warriors of the Command Lance and their stats, Medium Lance, and the Recon Lance. And like all early BattleTech material, every one of these machines, for the most part, has something going wrong with it. Everest WASP is a manufacturing heat control system and a roll of an 8+ made during heat phase. 2 of the WASP heat sinks are out of commission. And McWarrior Gray's Stinger, medium power, laser power circuitry is erratic on a roll of 9+, made before the 2 hit roll. The laser will inflict just 3 points of damage to its hit and will generate 5 additional points of heat. So the idea being is that it was trying to promote the concept that things get damaged, things wear out. Replacements are hard to find. Repairs are not always easily achieved, even when time of peace. We're talking a few thousand job ships available across the intershore period, and the sheer distance between manufacturing and supply depots and frontline force units is vast, and sometimes takes time to get things across. So you damage something today, it could take 6 months before your replacement gets to you. Until then, you still need to be functioning and operable and do the best you can with what you have. Now, we see a lot of later generation players and stuff try to get away from that, or blatantly walk away from that idea that somehow after every battle their mechs are going to be pristine and replaced back into perfect condition. And even if you look at the artwork, you see damages and dents and wear and tear, so on and so forth. And I've always liked that concept of BattleTech, that nothing is pristine, there's always a possibility of chance and dodginess having its effect, right? I remember one of my early campaigns, I was playing with several other players, and one the fellow was running the show. He was really proud about his mech. I don't remember what design it was, but he was holding his own, and it was it had much more conditions, except it had a flaw. And his flaw was his targeting and acquisition system had a 1 in 10 chance of failure, and it failed at a crucial time and allowed him to, be very frustrated, upset, because he wasn't able to achieve the grand slam that he thought he was going to get, and his mech was blasted out from under him. By yours truly. So anyway, that was just an example of that sort of stuff. So we got the Swarm Sting, final proof. Said McKinnon Raiders have executed a classic hit-and-run strike deep in enemy territory, severely damaging repair maintenance facilities of a variant planet called Fallon 2. Recon Lances drop back to cover the approaches to the unit's landing zone. Lancers under the command, blah, blah. An experimental unit consisting mostly of Stingers and Wasps are closing in on the rear guard, hoping to overrun the position and move to strike the Raiders LZ. They are led by Captain Mercer Ravion, who is field testing his own theories of battle mech combat tactics. His theory is that a light 20-ton mech can be supplied in combat units in greater numbers. See, this isn't the first time this is done. This is it, because I believe Redburn in the Fourth Succession War becomes commander of Delta Company, which is basically an enhanced company of 6 lances or 8 lances of light mechs, with the concept of swarming an enemy, and it's effective within a certain parameters. So this is the preliminary idea concept of that later more successful company. The final showdown, so on and so forth. So like I said, each stat, each thing, psychological warfare, Raiders challenge, daring escape, no time for tears, cry vengeance, restitution, question of honor, water everywhere, simulator training. Yeah, want to fight an interesting combat with mechs, fight it underwater. I've done that twice, and it's a challenge. It definitely is a challenge. It's interesting. It's actually probably just as bad or not worse than fighting in 0G in space. No atmosphere at all. But that's just, my opinion, of course. So on and so forth. Anyway, it's a nice little starter early on. This was one of the first ones I got, and I had some campaign fun with it and things like this. Great little piece of history for Battletech for nostalgic folks like myself. Most people have no clue who these guys are or what they are, but it gives you just yet another in view of Battletech universe and its flavor. Anyway, this is Rick. You guys have a great weekend.